Hey guys, this video is brought to you by Linode. If you guys are looking for web hosting, I've been using them for 8 years now. They power my website, codehawk.com. And you can see my resources here on the right. I only pay $20 a month and I have a ton of resources, thousands of visitors, and it doesn't cost me next to nothing. So if you compare that to Azure AWS, it just saves me a ton of money. If you sign up for an account with Linode, make sure you use the link in the description tab below because you get a $20 credit. Hey guys, what's up? So in this video, we're going to be looking at the Quasar Framework, which is somewhat of a new framework that's built off of Vue.js. And it really uses Node.js under the hood. And Node.js is a runtime that we use for web frameworks, but you can also use it for actually just writing files and server administration and things like that. Vue.js is a client-side web framework that's really exploded in popularity over the last several years. Client-side meaning that Vue.js is built based off of JavaScript and it runs inside of your browser. However, there are ways that you can actually use Vue.js to write mobile applications and also server-side rendered applications. And that's a lot of jargon actually that goes into what I just said. So if I can dumb this down a little bit, Quasar Framework promises to have one code base that is going to work across all platforms. That means it works on all browsers like Safari, Chrome, IE, Edge, whatever they call it now. And it also works to build mobile applications that you can use with something called Apache Cordova, which is for actual, like I said, mobile applications on Android or iOS. And in addition to that, you can also write your code base and write typical software applications that you download on your computer that we're familiar with, things like Spotify, Slack, Visual Studio Code. Those are all applications that you actually download and then install them on your computer as a typical software application. All right, so to break it all down, Quasar is able to do all of this stuff through a combination of a bunch of different technology. The first and the most important being Node.js. So it uses that, but then in addition to that, for software applications, it uses Electron. And again, Electron is what was created, what they use to create Visual Studio Code, Slack, and also things like Spotify. It uses Vue.js to actually do the markup and the UI for the applications. It uses Apache Cordova to take your code base and then make it work on Android and iOS as an actual app. And it also follows a UI standard using Material Design 2.0, which is a popular way of writing applications. It gives you a bunch of different components out of the box, things like buttons, sliders, forms, sound controls, all kinds of different toggling, date controls, pop-up calendars, all the things that typical web applications need. They follow the same sort of design principle. So it doesn't look like you have a website that consists of a bunch of different technologies all mashed together. So the main reason why you would want to use the Quasar framework is that is a lot of different technologies that you would have to learn on your own and individually. And then as you did, you would have to learn how to apply them to whatever sort of code base that you're writing for. So that's a ton of information to have to learn. Quasar is essentially one way of writing your applications that then transfers to all those different platforms. You don't have to have your application transfer to all those platforms. They're optional. So a lot of people use it just for web frameworks. Some people use it for mobile apps. And other people use it just because it's cool. So even though Quasar ties all of this stuff together, there are a bunch of different components that they already have built for you, which means the UI, the look and feel, the server-side code that you need in order for them to work. And here are just here's the list of all the different components. So if you need icons, you need buttons, like if we click on the bar, each one of these has a set of instructions, so it's very well documented, and you can see actual visual examples on all the different operating systems that it provides support for. So a lot of people are going to ask, is Quasar good? It actually is. It uses Vue.js, like I said, and it also has support that if you wanted to have more search engine optimization for your website, you can have server-side rendered code using Vue.js, and what that means is that all your code is compiled on the server and passed down on the first request so that search engines can evaluate that content much easier than having to wait for JavaScript to load and then trying to evaluate all your data on your site based on a bunch of dynamic JavaScript. Some people will say, they'll ask if this is a good option for like iOS and Android. And that's sort of hit or miss because Apache Cordova has been around for quite some time. And a lot of people complain about it. So there's always going to be it's always going to be a little bit slower than even something like React Native from what I can tell and what I've seen. And in addition to that, React Native is also slower than actual native development on a particular device. And what that means is that if you're going to try to build an Android app, you probably just want to use the Android SDK if you were truly trying to build a groundbreaking Android app that's going to have a ton of different dynamic functionality. It needs to have like a lot of speed. Most companies that are building Android apps, they're not using these tools yet, and that includes React Native. They're actually writing stuff natively. So if it's for Android, they have Android developers and they download the SDK and they're developing. They can be sometimes using Kotlin. Other times they're just writing, like I said, regular Java code, which is what Android is built off of, and they're writing it just for Android. And then for iOS, you have different iOS developers that are either writing Objective-C or Swift, and they're focusing just on the Apple portion of the app. So I think you need to ask yourself, what type of app are you building? If it's something that's going to be like extremely cutting edge, then you're probably going to have a hard time using something like Apache Cordova or even React Native, in my opinion. I would go native if that was my actual goal. However, these tools are getting better over time. And for most mobile apps that are out there, especially when you go to the App Store and you download your typical mobile app, they don't need cutting edge technology. If your purpose is to get a job and you're trying to learn Quasar to get a job, I can tell you right now, like, there are no jobs for it. So that might change in the future. Quasar's been out for a couple of years now. There are no jobs. So if your purpose is to get a job and you want to be a mobile app developer, I would focus on most likely a native development. So I would go with Android SDK, or I would use iOS and Swift if I were going to target that. And you would want to learn that very well because there's tons of jobs in both of those fields. Now, as far as web development is concerned, this is really about getting projects off the ground. So if you're trying to build a resume and you want to show companies, hey, I have a website and or I have a mobile app or this or that, Quasar is going to save you a lot of time in developing that. So if your purpose is to try to build projects or start a company, get things done quickly, then Quasar is going to be a good option. But again, for jobs, it's not what you would want to look for at this moment. All right, and then finally, guys, I'm going to address the question of who is using Quasar. One of the reasons why I have not jumped into it is because there is no jobs. For any one of these targeting apps that it actually is trying to do, I've usually had a bad experience with any sort of code base that tries to promise that it works across all these different platforms. Whether it's React Native or Xamarin or any of this stuff, I usually have a problem with one single code base that just magically works across all the different operating systems. Quasar is doing a good job of that, but as far as my research is concerned, I haven't found any major company that's using the Quasar framework, nor have I seen any sort of impressive application that's been written in it for any of these targeting platforms that it actually works with. So if you guys have an example of like some sort of cutting edge Quasar, whether it's a website or a mobile app or an actual software application, let me know. But from what I've seen, there's really nothing out there that says, hey, this app was created with Quasar and this is why we should use it. So until that happens, adoption is going to be relatively slow. And as an example to show you what I'm talking about, this seems to be the most commonly referred to Quasar page that has all the different Quasar applications that are out there right now. And if we go down here to look at some of these projects, here's some of these projects. Like, here's a website that looks terrible. Here's another website. Basic, this is nothing more than a basic template, but let's see what kind of functionality it's got. Yeah, so it's okay. This one's pretty good compared to the other ones I've seen. But still, all that stuff can be done in just regular brotheled. Okay, this here's your app. Doesn't look that great. Obviously, it's not. Doesn't. Yeah, doesn't look great. So yeah, if you guys know of any sort of good applications out there that would make somebody like say, okay, that's what we use. And for instance, like when Django was out, some of the websites that use Django was like Washington Post, and you had Pinterest using it, and A lot more. Like Discuss was scaling to 1 billion views. Instagram was using it. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. So for the amount of stuff that I've been hearing about Quasar lately, there's not a whole lot of adoption yet.